I can't see the checks I'm writing, Joe. I can't seem to keep clearing the way these are. Hey, don't worry, Joe. Just edit it.
Part of play action fakes it for pass end zone. Yes, touchdown.
Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks, where we are stuffed from all the food we ate on Thursday, and even more stuffed on all the lies we swallowed from the government. It's going to be a COVID thing. Telling us we weren't allowed to have more than 10 people in our home seems like the only difference between the people running this country and the guy behind this desk running your finances to the ground is I show up each week and hold myself accountable. Because unlike the government, I actually was serious when I told you that the Vikings were going to win by 3. Seems like everyone at Geno's Picks spent Thanksgiving screaming at a cousin who will never fucking be a success. Oh, these guys. Regardless, Daddy finished strong, winning his last 2 picks. I cannot believe the Monday night game, the cheapest cover ever. For what has become my signature at 2 and 3 week to drop Daddy to 26 and 34, 40% against the spread, my lowest post-turkey day ever. Maybe I should have listened to Bobby's Pats picks. Yeah, so that should tell you right there. Like, that made the video hysterical, and it was wrong. It was wrong because he changed it to right. And do you think I'm going to change what I do? No! Because when you've been doing these as long as I have, you have 13 previous seasons of data to choose from. This is where Berg says, yeah, because data. To choose from. Okay? And they're all on YouTube, which is why I get as arrogant as any libtard talking about following the science of COVID that suddenly says carbon dioxide is better than fucking oxygen. When people say I could, no, you couldn't. When people say I could do this, no, you couldn't. You'd get bored after texting me 1 week on a Tuesday, lying about how great your made-up picks were. So cut the shit and pay attention, because over those previous 13 seasons, I finished above 50%, 11 of them. And over the magical 52.37%, 9 of them. In fact, only year 2 did I go belly up with a 39% against the spread rating. So why am I telling you this? Because now you need to simply decide whether you're going to fade Daddy the rest of the way or embrace what very well may be the correction that Daddy has seen so often. And I am by no means taking credit for anything other than the consistency of the fact I will never change the way I make these picks with a dartboard and 2 idiots in the booth. So take the red pill correction or blue pill fade and let's jump into these 4 picks. A colored guy just walked in.
Geno, the NFL is fixed.
It's not fixed.
The NFL is fixed. Refer to the Pittsburgh Ravens, Eagles, Seahawks game.
You would have thought that kid had COVID going for the 2-point conversion. Oh, I'm kidding. Hey, Deleve Starks, he's on next. My first pick, the Colts I love fucking just giving Joe a mishmash of shit you put him in. The Colts are giving 3.5 to the Texans in Houston. Yes, the Colts struggled last week losing to the Titans, but they were down several defensive starters, and their starting running back, Jonathan Taylor. See, this guy was on the COVID list. Well, and what has to be the feel-good story of the year, he survived. Oh my God, he survived. Isn't that incredible? Because statistics show if you put this kid in a room with 100,000 other people of his age and race, just his age, all infected with the disease, if all of them, half of one of them would die. If they all looked like this, I'll tell you something else. Half of the room would be nervously clutching their wallets. I mean, how did this frail little son of a bitch survive? How can you be so obtuse not to realize people that look like this? And I'm telling you, people that look like this are not safe. This is what they're telling you. People that look like this, fucking Nancy Pelosi and this fat fuck are telling people that look like this, and I don't know, I'll put another picture of a healthy, that they're not safe. Stop it. The good news is Taylor supplemented his income by filming a luggage commercial over the weekend. Fun fact, that's actually American Tourister luggage, not Samsonite like so many think. And it isn't Jonathan Taylor, it's Frank Gore. But look, I can tell you who's already a winner in this game, the government, who has succeeded so much, true story, boys, in scaring the sheep of America with the COVID, that while Taylor was under lockdown with the slightly less common cold, the Colts punter Rigoberto Sanchez was in the game with cancer. Cancer! You heard me. The kid played in last week's game against the Titans after learning days earlier he had a cancerous tumor. But he played and he kicked 5 fucking times, averaging a solid 50 yards a kick, because you just can't stop a Mexican from clearing yards. You just can't. He will be out this week, but believe you me, the team will be doing some serious ass kicking for him. Take the Colts and lay the 3 and a hook on the road. On the road. My next pick, the Browns are getting 5 and a hook from the Titans in Tennessee. Yes, Bobby, I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to bet on the Browns because 13 weeks in this season, they finally have 2 things. Well, 3 if you include Kareem Hunt, who kicks as hard as that spick from the last joke. Just broke the boss's desk. But the two things I'm seriously digging on this team, Bobby, is they finally found a solid head coach in Kevin Stefanski, who, unlike their starting quarterback, is going to be there a long time. Because Stefanski knows this is a run-first offense, and the first guy you run the ball with is Nick Chubb, who is back and as healthy as ever, as evidenced by his last 5 games. 2 prior to his injury, he averaged 5.6 yards a carry and 116 yards each game on the ground. The 3 since he's came back, he's averaging 128 yards a game and just under 5 yards a carry. Why did his yards go up and his average go down? Because those last 3 were all wins in which he spent the final quarter grinding out the clock on shorter runs, which is why every time this kid gets the ball, especially at the goal line, there ain't a fan in Cleveland screaming, "Man, do I have a pretty good Chubb." Boom! Boom, take the Browns and lay the 5. Oh, and the 5.5 you're getting. They're getting 5.5, you know. They're getting 5.5. Oh, this is a picture joke. My next pick, the Chiefs are giving 2 TDs to the Browns. Well, just when you thought the Broncos couldn't look any worse at QB over the past few seasons, they had 3 people play quarterback this past Sunday who weren't even a quarterback. Not only were they forced to start a wide receiver from their practice squad in Kendall Hinton, but they also gave snaps to running back Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman in their loss to the Saints. And you know why so many people didn't notice? Because those 3 weren't a big step back from their current starting trio of, you ready? Drew Lock, Brett Ripien, and Blake Bortles. I'm not saying this is the worst QB threesome ever, but their appeal for their fine for not wearing masks are being handled by their uncle's law firm, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Three Stooges. It's insane that one of the greatest NFL QBs of all time in John Elway cannot gauge quarterback talent. Actually, it's not if you think about it, because some of the greatest athletes ever never made it as coaches and managers. Mike Schmidt, Cal Ripken, and Elway, all they know is playing the game, which is why asking Elway to pick the best quarterback makes about as much sense as asking me to pick the best condom, because neither of us have ever planned on needing one in our life. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. The dick joke says take the Chiefs and lay the 14. Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. Pencil it in big. Hey, the Cowboys are getting 7 against the Ravens in Baltimore. Wow, what a perfect game for me to pick because the NFL world is finally on the same page as Geno's picks. They don't know anything about this game right now. The Ravens just played 24 hours ago, and we have no idea who will be healthy in another 4 days. What we do know is that Andy Dalton is healthy, and the Cowboys haven't played since Thanksgiving. The same day the Ravens were supposed to have played yesterday's game. Thing is, while I expect Lamar Jackson and tight end Mark Andrews to be back and playing, I mean, they had COVID, not cancer! This team is exhausted from all the games against the Steelers they didn't play, as they were rescheduled more than a dental cleaning. And if you set the legs in that chair a little higher, put in the same position by the NFL, who fucked them with all the confusion. The Cowboys keep it close, and the Ravens just try to get out with a W. They desperately need to stay in the wild card race. Take the Cowboys in the 7 you're getting. Those are Geno's picks. Don't fuck me with your Browns, Bobby. Bobby Brown.